trying to fix my situation, y'all. Get more light like this. There we go. Get more light. More control and access with it being right there. Until I get this fire going. And we're gonna come over here. How you doing, my Renaissance grandma? I'm getting my fire going so we can chit and or chat. So I'm gonna bring y'all with me for the whole thing. I was gonna get it started first. I got my buddy heater going right now, but I gotta get my fire going. So I said I'm gonna bring y'all with me. Hello, everybody in the room. I just wanna trying to make sure. I know y'all can't hardly see me right this minute, but let me see if I can change that situation. Hold on. We can change the situation a little bit. There we go. All right, how y'all doing tonight? Coming in, I'm about to get me a fire going so I can talk to a couple folks about a couple things and a couple stuffs. Now, I'm sure to make us all feel a little bit better. How you doing? So, it's good to see everybody in here. I'm just, if you're just coming in, I'm about to stack this wood in here. You can see me getting the wood stove together. Let me see. That'll be okay for a hot second. Get the wood stove together. Get it lit up. So now, take a couple cotton balls in the grease. I ain't pulling the ones out of my bug out bag. So I'm gonna just, little plain old Vaseline cotton balls. Start a fire. What's going on, y'all? I'm gonna see how many. I'm gonna do about 4. Plain old cotton ball and Vaseline. Like I said, this is how I practice. You know how to do this stuff. You've seen it on YouTube, you've seen it on internet, but you ain't never did it. So it ain't gonna make no difference if you don't know what you're doing when it's time to do it. But that's not what we about to sit here and talk about in a minute here. Let's see. Trying to find that other lump of wood. There we go. There we go. It's a strategy to this at first. You don't want to smother it out. So I take that cotton ball. That thing is like a bomb. When it go off, you probably want to set that down somewhere. Now that cotton ball gonna burn like a disco inferno. Look, I probably don't need another one. Set that other one on. It's like a bomb. I ain't gonna go too quick. I don't see me needing to start this several times. But this is how we do. Hey, Gigi. Gigi, I've been watching y'all for days. Oh, it's so much I want to tell you. Let me see. What was that? Hey, everybody. Hey, everyday life for the OCD is Chick. Hey, Gigi, Gardner with Mom, Yvette. So all I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to keep on playing and adding little crumbs of this wood. I don't got much. I don't even got all my supplies or tools. I'm really roughing it tonight. I'm just working with what I got. I ain't even kidding around. Tonight, it is straight real because I don't got nothing out here and it's cold. What's up, Bushcraft Stalker? How you doing? So let me close this. I don't want too much smoke to get out. I got my damper open all the way full. And hey, Crafty Mom. I seen somebody say hi to you. I can't see you yet. Okay, it's starting to roll. I'm gonna keep that cracked. As that's cracked, that's gonna bring in, it's gonna flood that oxygen in and burn that wood hotter. I can see it through this crack. If I need another cotton bomb, that's what I'm gonna do. Matter of fact, just for giggles, we'll put one more cotton bomb in there. Just because. That cotton bomb right there. Right there. That's what I want to do right there. Get that thing lit up. Let him do his thug thizzle. Give me another little piece of kindling. Slide in there. That'll light quick. And just crack that for a minute. Just so the smoke don't come in. And we'll sit down. Wait for this place to warm up. It's good to see everybody in here. I'm gonna sit down so we can chop it up a minute. I titled this, Stop Lying to Yourself, for a reason. And it ain't what you think. It ain't negative at all. Not necessarily. So hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good to see everybody in the house. Let me see if I can't rig up some kind of, what else? That'll work. That'll work. I think. Let me see if I can't get it dimmer than that. I don't want to feel like I'm in Hollywood or something. That's a little better. There we go. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Listen, do me a favor. Sometime, family, I have to take my own advice. I talk a mean game. But sometimes I gotta take my own advice. Let me do this a little bit slicker than what I'm doing. Let's cut this on. Tonight, y'all, if I got some lint in my hair, where are the lights? I'm in a tent. The lights is however I make them. Okay, we rolling now. Broke Farmer in the house. What's going on, man? What's up? Okay, we got something going on in here. Okay, hold on. You don't want to smother that fire, but at the same time, you don't want it to go out on you either. There you go. So you got to kind of keep it a little fed. That lumberjack food. Okay. There we go. All right. I don't know why my light cut out on me. Acting like a little punk. There we go. It ain't got to be that bright either. There we go. I think that'll do it. Okay. How y'all doing? It's good to see you. I got y'all angled so y'all can help me keep an eye on this fire. All right. I'm trying to stay warm at the same time. It's freezing out here. Okay. What's going on, y'all? Listen, I'm gonna start with the title, which is Stop Lying to Yourself. Okay? Stop lying to yourself. Number 2 is, what kind of goals do you have right now? I'm serious. With the height of the climate of the world and everything, the way things is going, it don't look like it's going back to pre-2020. Y'all know that. It ain't going back. If you thought that was a good way to live, it's not going back that way, correct? So my question to you is, what kind of situation are you in right now where you feel like you hopeless? It's some people that feel so hopeless they don't make plans to do no better. No better. Okay? So my thing is this. What are you trying to accomplish? So you know what? You know what made me come out here and say this? Nobody ever asked themselves that. What's that? And I didn't. Do I have to buy it? Trust me, you keep feeding the stove, you keep it cold and steamy. Burn it lean and hot. I just started the stove, bro. And I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit. Hey, Big Rooster, what's going on, brother? What's going on, man? It's good to see you. My question to everybody tonight. Hey, Harriet, Claire, how you doing? It, um, what kind of goals do you got right now going on? The reason I'm preparing for 90% self-sustainability. Thank you, Boss Hall, because you answered the question right off the bat. Broke Farmer in the house. GT Grows in Alaska. What's going on, man? The reason I ask that because we never ask ourselves. We just go every day doing the same thing over and over and over again. And we don't even have goals anymore. You know how many people I keep asking, like, what do you plan on doing by 2023 or 2024? And people just, I'm just trying to survive. They use that cliche to put off. I know life is hard. I'm here with you, right? I know life is hard. I'm right here with you. But that's such a cop-out. Just to keep saying, I'm just trying to stay up. I'm just trying to stay alive. African Dreaming in the house. What's going on, man? But what's your real goals? Okay, let's say you're going to be alive in 2024, 2025. What do you hope to have accomplished by that time? I'm saying all that to say this. I got a lot of people that email me about they live in an apartment, they live in a big city. How you doing, Beverly Hill Shelley? How you doing? So okay, Boom Freaka says, here's what I'm doing. 3 times a week, I turn my power off, my main breaker, and try to see what it's like when things go out. That's a good one. Chili C say, I want to up my gardening experience after this freeze and dropping every seeds I own, collecting over the years. Okay, y'all hear it's raining like crazy too. Say, I want to help my friends at work to succeed. Okay, right there. You want to help your friends at work to succeed. You want to help your friends at work. Your friends, that means it's plural. That means several of them. Each and every one of them has a different success level of what goal that they want to do. So what part do you want to play to help each and every one of your friends, plural, to succeed at what? See, we keep on pasting over the wound. We trying to cover the whole wound with a band-aid, and it don't work that way. We trying to cover the whole wound, and it ain't gonna work that way. I'm gonna tell you why. You need to literally get detailed. Don't type it on no damn computer. Get a pen, a pencil, 2 different color highlighters, or 3, whatever you want to do. Get you some paper, spiral notebook paper. I'm serious. Listen to me. And write down your goal. Just like in high school, what's the title? What's the theme? What's the theme? What's the title of your goal? Right? Whether it's weight loss or whatever. Now, after that, remember in high school, I'm going to take y'all down to junior high. We used to have to fold our paper in half, right? Turn your notebook paper, fold it in half, put a crease down it. On this side of the paper, go from 1 to 20. And this side of the paper, go from 1 to 20. On the one side, start being like, look, what problems do you have down from 1 to 20? What's your goals from 1 to 20? And on the other side, 1 to 20, how you plan on fixing it? My fire done went out. How do you plan on fixing it? That's what I'm talking about. If you don't literally physically take ownership of your situation or your problem, you will never accomplish anything. I got a lot of people saying they live in apartments. Folks saying they live in apartments and they ain't doing nothing to change the situation because they feel that that's as far as they'll ever be able to go. That they feel like that's all they're going to be able to muster. And that's a lie. You lying to yourself because you want to feel comfortable. That's a lie. So I'm here to tell you that right now, that you lying to yourself. And the more you keep speaking that kind of negativity and those lies, that's exactly what's going to happen to you. Nothing. Nothing. I promise you. Now, that's my promise to you. Keep lying to yourself, telling you you ain't going to accomplish nothing. You going to live in an apartment. Because I keep coming up with this one solution that don't nobody want to hear. Which is, I live in an apartment, they say. I lives in an apartment, and, you know, because I can't afford to live nowhere else. Okay, when people say they can't afford to live nowhere else, I'll be like, where is nowhere else? If you live in Chicago, nowhere else in Chicago? Or nowhere else in New York? Nowhere else in Detroit? Nobody's forcing you to stay in your state, in your city. You know how many things you can afford everywhere else, and the only reason you don't know that you can't afford it because you don't go nowhere else. You ain't never been nowhere else. Once you leave outside of your little bubble, your little city, you start to realize you've been living in basically a self-made prison. A self-made prison. Because you have no idea how much it costs to live somewhere else. You only hearing what people tell you. And I'm going to tell you this. Most people, they'll go try to live somewhere else. They'll fail because they, like for Atlanta, everybody try to move to Atlanta and fail. They'll end up back in their hometown. And the reason they end up back in their hometown, because they failed. They went to Atlanta, not on their business. If you've ever lived in anywhere in Atlanta, Georgia, them folks about their business. That's like going to New York. You're not just going to look at the Eiffel Tower. Them folks that's walking around you by the thousands is about their business, whether it's about crime or whether it's about being a boss, a CEO, an entrepreneur. They're about their business. Now, they don't look like it, but all of them thousands of people walking around you, back and forth and up and down the road, them people about their business. So everything ain't what you see on a Ludacris video when you go to Atlanta. Everybody think when they go to Atlanta, it's gonna be popping bottles and twerking like it's just twerking in front of the Coca-Cola building or something. It don't work that way. When you get to Atlanta, you better have a plan or you're gonna fail. I lived there for 8 years. I know. Don't go to Atlanta thinking it's something you gonna see on a damn video shoot. Now, you may see some video shoots, and you're gonna also, it's gonna wake you up to see, okay, they did that little scene for like 3 or 4 minutes, and now they packed up all these millions of dollars worth of equipment and left. These people don't live like that. These rappers ain't got money like that. They renting this stuff, they borrowing it just like you is. You know? And we got to get a little bit more wiser than that. So my point is this. I'm going to bring my chair over here. This seems to be a little bit more proper-like. Okay. There we go. So I can watch this fire. But This is the reality of this. And we keep thinking it's a game. So we'll start lying to ourselves to make ourselves feel better about not accomplishing nothing. By not accomplishing anything, we'll keep telling ourselves all kind of nonsensical things. So I'm gonna say this. The real question, the real question is, what are you willing to sacrifice to get where you want to be? Now that's a serious question. That's a serious question that we all have to ask ourselves, right? For real. When I say what do you want to sacrifice? What can you sacrifice to what are you about to sacrifice to get to your goal? Once you figured out your goal, how are you going to get there? Now you start thinking about ways to get to that level. Stop lying to yourself saying you can't do it. You in a bad situation. Nah, man. Let me see. Right. So, it's people out here they live in apartments, or they're renting a home, or you're looking for land. How many people looking for land? Because I'm going to put y'all up on some game right now if you ain't already here. That party life. That's the first thing they do when they go to Atlanta. They start clowning, spending all their savings that it got them to get to Atlanta or whatever big city, and they start trying to show off. And you're starting from the bottom, but you get to one of these big cities and try to ball out like the people that was born and raised there and know all the ins and outs, and their cousin own half of this stuff. You trying to ball out like them, and you don't know nothing about the city. You don't know nothing about the state. You don't know nothing about the surroundings. You don't know nothing about the codes. And when I say the codes, I mean every city and every state, and I lived all around this country, every city and every state got its own kind of language. It got its own kind of handshake, if you will. It got its own kind of codes, laws, rules, unspoken rules. Don't go over that side of town. For what? Don't ask no questions, just don't go over there. You know? Only such and such and them mess around over that way, and unspoken. And if you ain't slick and you ain't savvy on what the hell is going on, you will end up in either a bowl of crap or a pool of blood. I don't care if you hood, I don't care if you a professional. I'm telling you, you walking in one of these cities, you don't know what you're doing, you start talking sideways. For instance, moving to South Carolina, living in South Carolina is not like living in Atlanta. We in the South, and I'm only 2.5 hours away, but it's a different world. This is a different world. Jenny, I'm in a tent, baby. What you want? This ain't Hollywood, okay? I don't have a lighting person. I'm in a tent, sweetheart. I'm by an open fire. So the lighting is bad. So, I'm trying to talk about realistic stuff. You don't even have to watch the screen. Just listen to the game. You know what I mean? What's up, hands in the dirt in the house? What's up, man? So, if you keep on telling yourself you can't do something, you would never try to figure out how to get out of your spot, right? And here's the other thing. Some of the people you think is balling out and they living good, they still got goals. And again, I'm about to put you on that game I was talking about. Eco Neighbor and Gigi. Gigi's Natural. Eco Neighbor and Gigi's Naturals channels, both of them. Look at what they've been doing. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you for that. Look at what they're accomplishing. They're starting literally from the bottom. From the bottom. And we all, over the last year alone, have watched Eco Neighbor and Gigi transition their life. Y'all know Gigi got to keep her nails did. Y'all know Gigi got to keep her locks on fleek. Y'all know this. But even she said she had to just, she still keep her nails did. But look at the sacrifices that they had to make. They had to uproot their entire life. Not only did they uproot their entire life, but they lost a lot too. In the process, they was robbed for a lot of their most precious, valuable equipment and tools. They lost. Listen, they're trying to move forward by the skin of their teeth. Their plan is solid. Their plan is solid. So even with something as bad as losing your equipment and losing pieces of your home, you still move forward. Now let's think about this. They took a heavy loss on losing. Put it like this: imagine you move somewhere and somebody stole your whole storage facility where your whole house stuff is supposed to be. That's how they're starting from the bottom. So you look at this couple, and then you turn around and see, like, they're still moving forward. Wait a minute. Wasn't they robbed of all of their goods? And wasn't they robbed of everything? Wait a minute. How they still moving forward? I'm going to tell you how. Now, I'm watching my brother and sister personally because I know how it been, because I did it too. I'm going to tell you how they still prevailing and moving forward, even though it looked to some people or sound to some people like, they taking a lump in the head. I'm going to tell you how they moving forward. They moving forward because they planned it out first. They had that pen and that piece of paper. And I'm telling you, anybody to do this right here, you're going to succeed. I ain't talking about put it on a computer. I ain't talking about put it in your phone. I mean, literally, you write it out and you talk and say the words while you're writing, like you doing a Dear John letter. Like you doing a Dear John letter. I owe $5,000 on this credit card. Okay, now you got to be like, how am I going to pay that off? You come over to this side and be like, okay, I can't pay off $5,000 because I ain't got it. What's another smart thing to do? Go up under that and say, I'm going to give them this many installments of this much money until that one is paid off. And then you do the next card like that. You only owe $200 on these two credit cards. So what do? Combine both of them. Go on, knock them out. Stop trying to pop bottles and floss and invest in yourself. We don't even realize for every cent we spend on garbage, that cent could have went toward a real solid future. It don't cost that much. That's my word. It don't cost as much as folks be thinking it do. Trying to start no real life. It's the planning part that don't nobody want to sit down and do. Boom, African dreaming. African dreaming, they moved from Texas and now they live in Africa. You can't even wake up and roll out of your bed and say, honey, want to go to Africa? Sure, let me get my shoes. You can't just wake up and say, I had a feeling to going to Africa or something today. You game? Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to do. Come on, let's go. Let me get my coat. Nah. You know how much planning has to go into that to move and do such a drastic thing like that? You ain't never lived there. You ain't never been there. You don't know the people. You don't know the culture. You only know what we've heard in stories from our great grandmamas and elders and whispers because folks didn't want to tell us. You got to start getting your passport, all of this. You got to visit a few times. You got to see where you want to go live at because Africa is gigantic. Africa is probably bigger than the rest of this whole doggone anything floating up outside the water. So that's a big place. So now you got to figure out, where do you want to go live at? Right? What part? So the planning is everything. So I'm going to say this for folks that want to buy some land, African Dreaming, Gigi's Natural, Eco Neighbor. Y'all are excellent examples of what folks need to be doing is, man, plan this out. And there's so many people talking about some, oh, you can say that because you, okay, I'm going to say this. Everybody that's in your position right now, everybody watching me right now, you in your position right now, but how many people, raise your hand, think that you was just born that way? If you got high numbers on YouTube, oh, you always had high numbers, so you don't understand what us little folks go through. Or, matter of fact, let me do this. Or, you know, oh, y'all don't know the struggle, y'all don't know the hustle, y'all got money. How many people have had to hear that a billion times, right? Where they think you always had money, they think you was just born with this nice house, born with some land. Guess what? Wasn't nothing given to me as far as no land. Wasn't nothing given to me as far as none of that. That stuff you had to work on. Now, my dad left me some good game and a good strong head on my shoulders. Trying to always think more about what's coming next. But being left 40 acres and a mule, nah, that's probably not gonna happen. So what are you gonna do about it? Because guess what? The more we keep putting off that we can't do it, I can't pull it off, that's what your kids gonna think too, that they can't do nothing either. You ain't gonna leave them nothing. Don't tell me you leaving them in your will, your Cadillac. Thank you, Anne Marie. Thank you for that. Don't tell them you're going to leave them your Cadillac. Don't tell them you're going to leave a couple of your jewelry. No, man. We need to be able to leave our children something that they'll be able to leave their children. Land, a home. Because look, a car, you can't do nothing with no car. All it takes is one good hit by a deer and that car is finished, total, finito. You only gonna get so much money in insurance when you crash a car. If something happened to your home, you know how many things you could do when you own your own home. You can, that's your bargaining chip. That's your bargaining chip. You will say, hey man, I sure would like to buy that piece of land. How much money you got? I ain't got that whole, 60 grand you asking. I got about 30. And what else you got? You got some collateral. Your house all day long is your bargaining chip. Your house is your bargaining chip. Your house is also to prove that you got enough sense to be hanging on to something, because they know they'll take it from you if you don't act right. If you ain't paying your bills, you own a home, they'll take your home. So that gives a lender or somebody that's looking at you like, well, he have been. That's why do you think they ask you, how long have you been in your home? If you say I've been in here for 3 months, they're gonna be like, you a little risky. But if you say, oh, I've been in there for like 15 years. Oh, okay. Oh, that means you've been paying these high interest rates, up and down interest rates, and mortgages for 15 years with everything going on. They take that into consideration. Not all credit is bad credit. And I'm going to tell you this, and I know it's a lot of people say, you're not supposed to be in debt. You're not supposed to be in debt. But what you do is you're using their money to accomplish what you're doing. You use their money. That's what credit is supposed to be. That's what the rich folks do with it. They don't go out buying a whole bunch of nonsensical crap. They use that credit to buy this property, flip that property, pay that credit off, and they sitting with a grip fistful of dollars. And everybody keep wondering, how did they do that? They ain't using no money in their own pockets. That's foolishness. If, let's just say, I'm trying to buy a piece of land, it's $35,000, right? If I had $35,000 in my pocket, cash money, boom, bam, I'm not going to spend my cash on that property. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to use my credit. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to flip something and pay them their money back. And then guess what? They just bought land for me. Your credit did that. And your money that you already had, that ain't went nowhere. That's still in your pocket. You got collateral, you got a house, you got land, you got properties for collateral. You use that. You use your trust to get forward. Don't go and ball out. That's where you screw up. But lying to yourself, this is why I say don't lie to yourself. The only thing you don't understand is you just don't know how this works. That's all. You just don't know how it works. You can't say you can't do it. You just need to say, how does this game work? Because ain't nobody in our community talking about how the game works. And it's been built that way for a long time. Don't nobody want you to know how this works. Why you think so many different folks is buying all kind of, land, and we keep saying they get the land, they don't give us nothing. You just don't know the game. This ain't no different than street knowledge. This ain't no different than street knowledge. It's just this is the real bread and butter of the game. That's all to it. So when we tell ourselves, I haven't moved forward no farther than where I am right now, is because I can't. You lying. You're a liar. You're lying to yourself right now. You're lying to yourself because you can. The question is, what you need to do is start asking questions. We don't ask questions at all. You know what we do? We think we know everything. We think we already know because Meemaw told us. Meemaw knew knowledge. Grandma knew knowledge from her day and what she did. And that's only going to get us so far today. That don't mean just because you got some wise old knowledge from your mother, your grandmother and stuff. That's great. But that worked for them back then. Your grandmother, rest her soul, don't know nothing about a computer and how to make money on TikTok. TikToxic. She don't know. She don't know that. She don't understand. A content creator, what the hell is that? That's ridiculous. That sounds stupid. Is it though? Because content creators is new movie stars. Content creators is the ones driving Jaguars and Maseratis and Lamborghinis. When I look on TV, I don't see too many A-list actors no more. I keep seeing content creators from coming. And what is it when the ball drop on New Year's Eve? The New Year's Eve ball drop with Pinky Nails from TikTok creator. What happened to Angelina Jolie and them, and all of them actors used to let the ball drop. No, they don't need them no more. So what grandma and mama knew was good game, but all of it won't work right now. So you have to ask questions like we do right here on this platform. Like, how did you get started? What should I do first? Should I just start recording stuff first? Should I do a live first? Should I edit a video first or just come out the gate with? You're asking questions because you know what you're doing. You're looking at other content creators and you're seeing it works. So now I want to know, how can I make that money too, like that content creator, where it's no different than out here in real life. You want to know how to own a house? Start asking questions. I'm going to tell you the first thing to do. Right out. I ain't going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what me and my wife did. Me and my wife are dreamers. What we did was go window shop. We ain't got 2 nickels to rub together. We can't even hardly afford a bag of diapers for the babies. But that did not stop us from looking at all the mansions on the lake back home in, between Toledo and Michigan, between Ohio and Michigan line. We was looking at lake homes. Ain't got no business being in there. How now? This is when if you had our first house together was, I think it was 35,000. That was a nice house. I showed it to y'all, right? Nice neighborhood, nice house. But we're at the time we're in homes back then, early 90s, late 80s. We're in homes that cost 300,000 in the early 90s, okay? 30,000, 50,000. You had a hell of a house, mansion style house. We're in $300,000 and $400,000 houses, looking around, acting all brand new, like, they could have did something better with the floors. Acting. So the person that's showing the house don't catch on, even though I did not look the part whatsoever. So, oh, there go that thing rolling. There it is. I can put these cotton balls up. There it is. So you have to start dreaming it. Write it down. When you see something and you know you can't afford it, that don't mean give up on that, man. Stop. Hell, hey, can I test drive that? You know you ain't got no money. But it's something about putting your hands on things. When you dreaming, it's something about putting your hands on it. Like writing it. When you write it, you remember it. Right? You remember it. And the more you remember it, the more it keep coming back to your memory, the more you start working towards it. So to me and my wife, we was looking for land. At the time, credit was toe up. Listen, our credit back then looked like if you sprinkle some lamb's blood on a couch and set off 2 bobcats on top of that couch. Stuffing all over the place. Stuff ripped up. Our credit was a crime scene because we had been through something. Right? So do you give up because you say my credit is tore up and I owe all these debt collectors and all of this? No. You got to ask yourself, how do I get out of this mess that I got myself into? And a lot of us, we did this to ourselves at a young age because we didn't know no better. Right? We did this to ourselves. We didn't know no better. We just out, people give you a credit card. Heck yeah, I'll take one. Next thing you do, soon as the credit card come, you call your cousin and them like, hey, we going to the ball or what? We going to the mall? We about to tear it up. I got this card. They done mess around and give me a credit card. We say dumb stuff like that, don't we? These fools done mess around and gave me a credit card. Dumb talking. We talk ridiculous. We need to stop that. What we should do, learn how to make that credit card build you an empire. That's how that's supposed to work. So all I'm saying is just stop lying to yourself and telling yourself you can't. And I live in an apartment, so it's just gonna be this way. I can't afford it. And here's an excuse. Here's an excuse to drive me crazy right here. Then I'm gonna get in here and answer some of these questions. Well, I'm on welfare and I'm on public assistance. I'm on some kind of assistance. I'm on Social Security. I'm on this. I'm on that. This is what I want to say to all the folks that keep telling me you on some sort of public assistance. Who wasn't? Who wasn't? That's my question to you. Who wasn't on public assistance? So what's your next excuse? See, you can only be on public assistance as long as you keep letting them assist you. The game ain't supposed to just sit on public assistance and that's your retirement. You're not on retirement. The game work like this. Man, you get whatever they plan on giving you. 9 times out of 10, if you can make it on your own and struggle, try it. But I promise you, been on public assistance, and they keep you right below functioning. For instance, if you're on public assistance and you know what I'm talking about, I don't care if you're on, Social Security and stuff is different, but you're on public assistance, say you do want to make a come up. So you're taking the money that they're giving you, you're buying the necessities and the food and items you need to survive, you and your children. But if you want to move up what you know how to do, I'm talking to smart folks now, go get a job, and then you take the money you making on the outside and you stack that so you can get up out of this rut. But the system is what it does. Thank you, Ruth, for that. Thank you. What the system does is if they see you making any more than this much over what they got for you, they'll cut this off. Now you struggling with this. So it's either struggling on your own or struggling with them helping you. The difference is you guaranteed from them because they want to keep you here. They want to keep you under their thumb. You have to do your side hustling. And listen, I'm telling you, I know a lot of women, I know a lot of men that they side hustle. Sometimes you got to. For instance, you wonder why some of these ladies be doing hair and nails inside their house? Because if they go rent a booth, that ain't hood, that's game. You would think, I ain't about to get my hair done in your kitchen. But you got to understand, you trying to build her up so she can have an empire. She don't want to be breaking the rules, but damn, look at the system though. The system is set up that if she do go out here and try to make an empire for herself so she can get off the system, they chop her down. And they might even bill her and be like, look, nope, you made too much money last year. You owe back to us $20,000. So these ladies is in their kitchen pressing hair out and putting on wigs and stuff. They in their kitchen doing that because they trying to get out of this rat trap. The homies is in the basement cutting hair. I was one of them dudes in the basement cutting hair and fading mugs up so they can get out of that. So don't tell me because you on the system that you're stuck. You stuck because you don't know how to get out. You're not stuck because you can't get out. You stuck because you don't know how to get out. And ain't nobody talking about how to get the hell out of that rut. You think me and Lady Lead was just born this way? No. We was on public assistance. Hell, when I met her, I was on public assistance. When she was on public assistance. We get married, we had public assistance together. So don't, and was like that for a while till, listen, give it up. Give it up. Once you find that right little rut, and we juggling kids. Listen, I work most of my working life, I work third shift. I worked third shift for most of my working life, and I did that for a reason. Not because it made a little bit more money. I worked third shift because that way we don't need no babysitter. Right? In the day when I'm off, my kids, I'm half asleep, they jumping around my head while I'm laying on the couch trying to get some rest. During the day, they jumping on her all at night. They jumping around on her. But that way we don't have to really put no money towards a babysitter or daycare. We did that on purpose. I didn't want to work no third shift. It was killing me. But I would be even more stressed out and more distraught if I have to stay on the system. Daycare, what'd you say? Daycare is expensive. Daycare is almost like working for free because the money you make at most jobs, that's what you owe the daycare provider. So then it's like where you live at. I don't even understand how this stuff works. I just don't understand how any of this stuff is legal. So, for real, this is the sacrifices that you got to make. Somebody got to work third shift, right? Somebody got to work third shift so the other one could be watching the babies during the night and the other one could be watching the babies during the day. You know how much money we save by doing that? You know, you save so much that every blue moon you can peel your mom off instead of just saying, "Mom, can you keep the babies?" No, give her something. Give her something. She your mama and them her grandbabies, but at the same time, man, give her something is more than what you was gonna pay the daycare. I'm telling you. So if you telling me that you can't do it, you're lying to yourself. This is my promise to you. I'm telling you for a fact. I ain't talking outside of my neck. I know that you just lying to yourself and making excuses why you don't want to do nothing. Cause I know it can be done. And then folks talk about how many kids they got. They can't do it because they got kids. They can't do it because they ain't got no man or they ain't got no old lady to hang on to and all this. Man, all I can say is the more excuses you make, the sweeter they sound. The sweeter them excuses sound. And I ain't ragging on nobody at all. I'm just saying, man, miss me with some that violin story. Miss me with that. We all had it bad. Whether you want to keep it bad like that is up to you. The other sacrifice I told you. Listen, if you can't make headway in the city or the state that you at, it's time to move. I know that sounds drastic, don't it? Let me see. Okay. There it is. If you can't make nothing happen in the city or the state that you in, it's time to move. This limb fell out my tree, so I'm trying to burn him up, burn him down. Look at you. Hold on. My poker at. You know where you going. You going straight to the fire. To the fire. There you go. All right, and them fans back there doing the job. So, the struggle is real. Do I got any questions? You gotta sacrifice that, man. Yeah, sacrifice. Look, I gotta move. I was born and raised in Ohio. I didn't know nothing about nowhere else in this country. But you gotta get out and go see. You know what? It's a lot of people too to do this. They always telling you like, "Hey, yeah, we about to run down to Florida real quick. You should go with us." Nah. I'ma chill right here. I got literally tons of friends that would never come out with us. We've been all around this country and I got friends and family would never come with us. Never. No excuse, nothing to do, wouldn't come. Starting to warm up in here now. I had some hair, some lint on my head the other day. I'm making sure it's off today. I had family and friends, and I'm like, you don't need nothing. Just roll with us. I had one of those big giant conversion vans back in the day where it's like 6 seats and a big old couch bed in the back. Plenty of room. Man, it's just us and the babies. Anybody can go. People always think that when you go join somebody on a trip that you're just going to ball out. Look at this and take that opportunity when somebody asks you to go somewhere that you ain't never been before. Use that opportunity. Thank you, Rev up the garden, I think it is. Thank you for that. Use that opportunity to explore. Don't go to ball out. You ain't got money to ball out. That's totally understandable. You go to explore. Look around. While they're balling out in Atlanta, you look around and start seeing how much is the houses here, how much are the taxes, how much is the interest rates, what kind of jobs is around here. That's how we did it. When we went somewhere or joined somebody else, I wasn't in baller mode because I was broke. My job was to look, I'm a scout. I'm trying to scout. When I moved to Atlanta, when we moved to Atlanta, I went first. My brother lived down in Atlanta. And we went to Atlanta and we scouted the place out. I wasn't down there to ball out of control. I went down there to do recon. I'm asking my brother, where's the jobs at? Where's the truck driving stuff at? What do we need to get started? How do I do it? Where's the right places to live? What side of town should I be on? Which side you will get murdered at and which side is the most racist? I need to know all that. So when I'm leaving out of town, even to this very day, when I even go to all parts of Florida, when y'all see me every year, you know what's on my mind? I'm not just looking at, oh, look at the beautiful palm trees. No, I'm asking questions. I'm looking at their real estate guides and seeing how much the prices is in different areas in every city, in every little county that I'm in. I pay attention to that. That's instead of wandering through life and just whistling, you supposed to be paying attention at all times. Your head on swivel for everything, not just for something to get you, but your head should also be on swivel for opportunity. Huh? We always talk about keep your head on swivel for danger. You also got to keep your head on swivel for opportunity. Because if you be walking through the world with your head up and whistling with your hands in your pocket, you're going to get knocked out and robbed. But not just knocked out and robbed. You walking down the street with your whistling with your hands in your pocket, looking up at the sky, you also going to miss this building is for sale and they only want $2,000 for it. Hey, you just missed your future wife right there sitting on the porch getting her hair done because you whistling, looking up at the birds. Man, you got to keep your head on swivel for danger and for opportunity. That one opportunity, that was an opportunity for a job or a place to live. The other opportunity, that was your future queen that you just walked by, not paying attention, looking up at the damn birds. Right? So, to me and my wife had our heads on swivels since we was youngins. It don't stop, and it still don't stop to this day. But making up them sorry lies, yo, I don't even let my kids tell me that. If my daughter called me and say, "Dad, I need about $100," I don't mess around and what you gonna do? I'm your last resort. Don't call me as soon as you get your past due bill. I'm your last resort. You should come to me crying, groveling, army crawling up my porch steps you should be ashamed to ask me for this money. It shouldn't, I don't make it easy on my kids to come get this money. Right? I don't. So I'm the last person they ask. Because they know I'm going to give you some shit about it. I'm not going to be, well, okay, you're my little honey, my little dumpling. Shit. I'm going to sit there and tear your ass up first. I'm going to make you never want to be late on your bills again. Because, look, before I hand you the money, finally, or you going to listen to me ran off. Y'all know I can talk. You going to imagine being my child. Y'all can just cut me off, right? You can be like, that's enough for Lead for today. That's enough of that. They can't. You want this money, you want, you going to sit down. Matter of fact, take your shoes off. Go in there and make you a plate first because I got some stuff I got to say. Take your shoes or take your coat off. Don't come in here and leave your coat on and talk about you just came to pick up the money. Take your clothes. Matter of fact, go knock them dishes out. I don't care if you grown. Go knock them dishes out real quick that your mama went in there and messed up. Nah. No. My kids to this very day, it's certain things they don't tell me. I got to hear from their mama, you know? She got to be, well, you know, one of the kids done. Because they know, don't. And sometimes they say, don't tell dad. Don't tell dad. Shh, shh. You gonna tell your mama, my wife, my queen not to tell me? No, I'm gonna find out. They know because you gonna get talked to. Something fierce. I'm gonna talk at you about this stupidness. You ain't getting away from that. Right? So, ooh, it's starting to warm up in here now, y'all. So I'ma holler at you. I'ma holler at you kids. Talk to them, man. Don't just be like, can I borrow $50 for what? Can I borrow it or not? Not then. I didn't ask you. Not gonna ask me a question with a man. Shit. But the thing is, man, we gotta teach each other how to work this game. This whole thing is a game. This whole life is a game. Don't you see it? Between the politicians and the corporations, we are the doggone chess pieces, and everybody acting like they don't know that. Between the politicians and the corporations that run this planet, we are the chess pieces. We're the pawns. The whole difference is you got to know whether you're a pawn or another piece of the puzzle. You got to figure out which one you is and then try to change that. But you're in the game. This is like Jumanji. You're in it. How many people seen Jumanji with Robin Williams? Raise your hand, because that's important. How many people? Because that analogy is beautiful to me. How many people have seen Jumanji with Robin Williams? If you haven't, please watch that movie. It got so many hidden gems in it. The thing that was wonderful about that movie to me that I can relate to life is they were in the game. The whole universe was a game. You're literally in it. And it depends on how they're using you. How are you going to get out the game? That's what that was. That wasn't just no Disney movie, and it wasn't just heartwarming and fun. That was like, how are you going to get out of this? You messed around, you made a mistake. You had a baby at a really young age. You messed up all your credit, you messed up a bunch of credit cards, and then you got about 14 student loans. Okay, that's you falling into the game, just like on that movie, right? You got about 2 or 3 baby mamas, can't leave y'all out. How are you going to get out of this game? You got to play this game like it was set up. You got to figure out how this game is set up and then start working towards getting out of it. And that's what I'm telling you, to write down all the problems you got, between the problems and the goals. And then on the other side of the damn paper, you start, even if they're not even fully factual, just doodling around with the solutions. The more you start writing down solutions, you be like, oh, well, no, that's dumb, but this'll work. Telling you. Brainstorming. Sitting around brainstorming. Look, we can even relate that to hip-hop, music. Some of the most profound music in history always started with a couple of people sitting around, having a good time, writing down stuff. Am I lying? The ones where some artist is over there trying to write her own music all by herself in the closet somewhere, it'd be good. But the music that's phenomenal is the music where a group of homies was sitting around freestyling and like, hey, yo, write that down. Matter of fact, hit record. We're on the old recorder with the button like pop. Record while he over there beatboxing. Okay? It's on you. So what you gonna do? And then you go and flow. You will never remember that because y'all probably in there, blowing a little smoke. Probably in there sipping a little bit. And you will forget everything by the morning. But you don't know y'all just made history on that old recorder. Men My wife sit around the kitchen table and just be talking shit. What if in each other all the time? What if? That's real. We what if each other all day. We'll sit around the doggone table looking out at the backyard, looking out at the water. What if one day we messed around and telling you that what if you keep playing what if with yourself, next thing you know, you're going to start trying to work toward it. You're going to be thinking about it while you at work, even though y'all just in there messing around. You're going to be thinking about those ideas and those jokes y'all were just joking at work. You ain't got nothing else to do at work but think, most of us. You're going to turn around and be thinking of a master plan. Cause ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands, so I dig into my pocket. All my money is spent, so I get deeper. And still coming up with lint, so I start my mission. Leave my residence, thinking how can I get some dead presidents? I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did. I need Oh, I messed up. I'm sorry, Rakim, Eric B. I'm sorry. But you see what I'm saying? The more you sitting there thinking, you start trying to figure out how you gonna make it work. I used to roll up. This is a hold up. Ain't nothing funny, stop smiling, but still nothing move but the money. But now I learn to earn cause I'm righteous. I feel great, so maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. And if I strive, then maybe I'll stay alive. So I walk up the street, whistling this, feeling out of place, cause man do I miss a pen and a paper, stereo, a tape of me and there being a nice big plate of fish, which is my favorite dish, but without no money, it's still a wish. Cause I don't like to dream about getting paid, so I dig into the books of the rhymes that I made. Did you hear what he said? All he doing is writing. So I dig into the book of the rhymes that I made. So now the test, see if I got pulled. Hit the studio. That means apply what you've been writing to this world. Apply what you've been writing down and dreaming about. Apply to it. Apply it to the world. Hit the studio. Get paid in full. That's why hip hop is so huge around the entire world, because it's not just a bunch of ghetto brothers just spitting garbage. Back then, they're telling you the secret sauce, son. We looking at pyramids and hieroglyphics, trying to figure out how did they build this monolith. Each stone is 50,000 tons apiece. We're sitting there reading hieroglyphics, but how to get through this world and lift that 50,000 ton boulder is right here in people's rhymes. If you listen, if you get past, listen, like I said, miss that crap and get past that and get to the real message. Get past the mess. Get to the message. That's how you do it. If you listen to that, go back and listen to Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full. Listen to that. Listen to it again. Listen to it 3 times and just don't be bobbing your head. Just listen to what he's saying. He's telling you, basically, sitting around twiddling your thumbs up your butt, you ain't gonna get nothing accomplished. I've been writing in this book for a long time of all my ideas, dreams, and my fresh lyrics. I'm about to apply this to the world and see if I can get paid in full. Go back and listen to that. That's real hip hop. Real hip hop was giving you hieroglyphics on how to move through this world we walking in right now. Real hip hop was. I ain't talking about I'm talking about real hip hop had a message on how to move forward. Because look, we don't know how to tell each other no other way without somebody else trying to infiltrate. If they during certain wars, you know how they won certain wars? They used old Navajo, Native American tongue to speak to one another over the radio, because I ain't gonna mention the countries. So this other country can't hear what we're saying because they've tapped into our communication. Listen to me close. Those that other country that we was at war with tapped into our communications, and they could hear everything that we were doing. So once they could hear everything we was doing, we kept wondering, dang, how did they know we was gonna come over there with some tanks? How did they know we had sent our infantry that way? How did they know? Because they could hear us. So somebody got smart and said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the native tongue, and we're going to have a native over here and a native over there, and they're going to show us their code of, we're going to speak like that, and we won. If it wasn't for the Native Americans, we would have never won that war. I'm not going to say the war. I'm not going to say about none of it. We would have never won because we were screwed. Right? We had messed up. Major messed up. What do you think real hip-hop was? Real hip-hop. I'm talking about KRS-One. I'm talking about Boogie Down Productions. I'm talking about Public Enemy. I'm talking about, I could go Nas. I could go on and on and on. Listen to the words. Those were our hieroglyphics. Those were our natives trying to give you the key of how to get up out of this garbage. They're telling you that some of them tell you, don't do this. I've been doing it. It don't work. But as long as we keep running our mouths and not accomplishing nothing, and then when we do get a great idea, we go blurting it out for everybody to get a little slice of it. And who the first ones to come take our ideas from us? You dig what I'm saying? Next thing you know, here we are. Wondering how did they get rich and we poor? How he driving a Lambo and I'm still on Section 8? Talk too much. That's how. So stop telling yourself you ain't gonna get there and you can't because whatever reason you pull out your crack. That's not it. That's not it. You ain't accomplishing nothing because you ain't applying nothing. You ain't asking no questions. And that's my word. You ain't asking no questions. I ask questions so much of stuff that I'm like, I'm just curious. How did you get this? How do you do this? And people just don't ask no questions on how to get ahead. So I'm telling you right now, if you got a goal, I'm gonna tell you one of the things. Something gotta go. You gotta be willing to let stuff go. You gotta be willing to, like, okay, you got 3 nice cars, 4 nice cars, something gotta go. Something, you don't need 4 cars. You don't need them. You need one good running car. Look at all the money, even if you own the cars, look at all the money that you're spending on those cars. Look at all the money that you're paying in insurance, maintenance, and fuel for all those vehicles. That's unnecessary. That's an unnecessary expense. Let them go. You got all these clothes in your closet. It's time to have a yard sale. You is one person. You can only change for so many things. Okay, a few for a couple different seasons, a few for a couple of different situations, but for the most part, I'm looking at all of y'all, and y'all know I'm telling you the truth, and you can only be, you would tell yourself, look at all them clothes you got. You, and I'm saying, when I say you, I mean all y'all, we got clothes in our closet that you bought 3 years ago, and a tag still dangling on it. You ain't never even tried it on. You was on vacation. You wanted to buy something nice to wear at, y'all supposed to go to the luau or something. You never made it because he had a little bit too much to drink. Y'all got frisky. Whatever the excuse is, but that dress or that shirt that is in your closet with the tag on it. It still say the Caribbean on it. You got shoes in your closet that still got that little cardboard shoe shaped thing inside of it. You ain't never stepped near foot in it. You was like, oh, I finally found them one shoes I was looking for. Grab them and do y'all got them in a 12? Oh yeah, we got one up. Man, give me them. Give me them. You ain't never put your foot in them. Y'all done seen a video where it looked like I collect shoes. I don't. There's a bunch of shoes I ain't stepped near foot in. And it's time to let that stuff go. Because I'm trying to move to another level myself. And you ain't going to... The reason I'm even talking about this because I got a plan I'm working on. And you can't do that sitting around twiddling your thumbs. You got to get mad. Get mad at yourself that you ain't in a position that you wanted to be in or you should have been in because maybe you screwed something up. But now it's time. It's game time. Other thing in the game, what you need to write down, what the hell is for sale? Everything must go. If you got 5 dogs, you don't need 5 dogs. You know how much it costs to take care of five canine dogs. Something gotta go. You gotta let it go. It's so many things that if we cut it. You know what? I was listening to Eco Neighbor today, and he was talking about, you know, trimming it down. It's time to go. Let it go. Some stuff ain't even, look, how much stuff do you got? Let's be honest with yourself. Write it on some paper. How much stuff that you know can go? That you know can go. Nothing. It's things in your house and it's things in your life. It's things in your apartment. It's things in your closet. Whether it's even some of your children's toys that's just taking up space. Let this stuff go. What do we hold on to so much shit for? You know, I always tell this part about what's that movie, Bad Santa. The best part of that whole movie was when what's my actor name? He played Carl. When he was like, I get you want to kill me because I'm an asshole, but basically, what do you want with all this shit? I get you want to kill me. I'm worthless. I get that. Just before you kill me, can you answer me one question? What do you got all of this crap for? Why do you you got everything you ever wanted. Why do you keep stealing more? All of us live like that. That was a message in that movie. That was a message. We got houses and closets and sheds and garages full stacked to the gills with stuff that we ain't seen in years. The only person that's seen half of it is the mice that live in it. True story. So, basically, it's time to clean house. It's time. Billy Bob Thornton, thank you for that, Merle. Thank you. Any questions, y'all, while I have my fire rolling. I put this old moist old log on this mug. I knew I shouldn't have put that wet log in there. Doing some damage. Trying not to burn myself in the process. There we go. Okay. Any question? Hey, Miss T with the T, how you doing? Yeah, another soggy log. I ain't cooking in here tonight. I've been traveling, so I'm full of nuts. I've been eating pecans all day. Miss Joe says, I have been walking around with my notebook in my hand for 2 days after watching this. I know I need to start writing all this stuff in my head down to apply. Everything. Everything. Thank you, Q-Dub. Thank you. Thank you. Boom says, so you saying we should get back to the basics. Get back to the basics if you can't figure out another way to move forward. if it means lightening your load and moving forward, even Eco Neighbor today on his video, I'm gonna link his video on to the end of this, and you really need to listen to my brother. If moving forward means you gotta unload something, listen, it's just like a car. You can only move so fast with a full load. If you got 4 people in the car and a trunk full of crap, your car can only move so fast. You can only maneuver so much. Once you lighten and get rid of all that stuff out your vehicle and out your trunk, you back whipping the grain again. You know, really, you got too much shit. You know you do. You need money, get rid of some of that crap. Control your spending. I'm talking to myself. Control your spending. Stop every time you want something, you run out and go grab it. If you ain't got it, you ain't gonna have it. That's my new motto. If I ain't got it right here, I'm gonna have to make do. Cause I'm telling you, family, we in a bad way because we keep putting ourselves here. Hey, Queen Speaks. So let watch your replays every single night. First time live. Well, welcome, Queen Speaks. So I have learned so much from you and Lady Led. I have applied in my life. Thank you for that, my sister. Thank you. Thank you so much. Boom said, no, you talking to me. Well, if it helps, I'm telling you. Miss T with a T says, definitely need to clear some space. The older I get, the better I get at stretching and using what I have. There you go. You got to use what you got to get what you want. Sherry says, I have way too much stuff, a big regulation pool table, exercise equipment, plenty of those tools, lawnmowers, just say a few. I want to clean it out and make some, yes, yard sale. I can't pronounce your name, but you said you're so right. Just started posting all these ideas, ideas downloaded into my brain. I got downloaded into my brain. It was scary, but I got to get it out. That's how you start. Let me see. Ali and Danny said, you got to get rid of it to make room for new. Amen. And sometimes you just making room, not even for no new, just making room. Broke Farmer said, use what you got to get what you want. Players Club. Amen. That's my word. That's my word. That's my word. Boom says, totally helps, man. You got the right ideas. Keep speaking the truth. I'm doing my best, man. I'm doing my best. Because sometimes we just need somebody else to remind us. So we just need somebody else to say it, right? And it kind of like, it might click. It might just click because sometimes you think you on the right track, but even my children give me good ideas all the time. But if you don't listen to your children because they're supposed to stay at a child's place, you sitting around there looking like a goofball, and your baby boy said, you looking for your keys, Dad? They've been right there all the time. Well, why ain't you said nothing? Staying in a child's place? You got to get ideas from everywhere. Don't think you can always run everything by yourself. Period. But I'm telling you this, family, don't just think you deserve more. How many people in here think you deserve more than what's been offered to you? Not even offered. They gave it to you. Bogus. Set that up. How many people you know you deserve more than what you got going on? You know you deserve more. I want to hear from them folks. Raise your hand. Because I know everybody in here should be raising their hand. Everybody. Because I know half the people in here personally, one way or the other. And I know you deserve more. You deserve more physically. You deserve more spiritually. And you deserve more financially. But it's always something or somebody in the way. gotta cut them off. Cut them off. Get rid of the. Listen. Sometimes, man, it's your own family. Sometimes it's your best friend, but they are like secret roadblocks to success. You don't want to say it out your mouth because you feel like, damn, I'm talking bad about my family members, or I'm talking bad about my best friends. Or, man, if you a roadblock, you a roadblock for success. If I'm successful, I can make us all successful. But if you keep standing in my way, all of us gonna be bums. Somebody got to get up out of here. Period. Somebody got to start figuring out how to get up out of here. And clearly, it ain't you, because you like wallowing in this mess that we live in. If you like wallowing in this misery, you got to be here by yourself. You know, I watch a lot of hunting videos because I like to hunt. And I watch a lot of hunting videos when I'm not. And I'm going to tell you something about wild hogs. If you ever watch a wild hog hunting video, you know what you see? Wild hogs kind of act like people. They act a lot like people. Some wild hogs is skittish. You crunch one stick, one twig, one anything, they gone. They gone. They out of here. But some of them ones love wallowing in the slop. They don't care if the hunter is coming. His keys is jingling. He whistling a tune. He cock his rifle all loud. Chop, chop. He like, hey, Billy, man, grab me another beer. I'm about to knock this one down. This hog is fine with that. He always the one that's in the way and get popped. Because he fine being in the slop. He fine being miserable. And when you find, listen, in our life, in real life, in society, when you're that big hog that you don't care, you just gonna keep eating this corn that was fed to you for the kill, you gonna end up on the dinner table. Because remember, the hunter put that feed down for you to be over here. It's a game, like I told you in the beginning. It's set up. The ones that's really ready to get out mentally, them the ones, they hear one twig snap, they gone. They ain't even coming back. They ain't gonna look backwards. They know it's a pile of corn over there, 2 feet high. They don't care. I'm out of here. That's me. I'm skittish. If it don't sit right with me, but it's always that one big hog in the way. Well, the other hog can't get away because his big ass in the way. Eating on the corn. You heard the hunter? That's your homie. He'll get you killed too. If it's enough of them ones in the way, that they fine with this. They don't care. They gonna get in the way of your escape. I stay away from people like that, man. I stay away from people like that. I learned young that, yo, if this dude go to jail, I go to jail. Even though I ain't the one that did it. If he go, I go. I don't like you that much, man. You know what I'm saying? I love you, but I don't like you that much to go to jail with you and keep you company. No. So stop lying to yourself and telling yourself you can't do it. Ession Family Gardening House, what's going on, man? Weekend Gardener, how you doing? Let me get in here. Tika Tell, let me see. Says, I moved from a 5-bedroom to a 3-bedroom. So now I have extra everything. I am nervous and shy, but I will do it. Try to get some back. There you go. Whole new perspective in the house. How you doing? Let me see. I hear that I'm not going to jail for anybody. I'm not going to jail with or for any damn body. You dig? I'm not, man. For what? You got so many roadblocks, family members and friends, so-called friends. Man, all they do is hold you up from success. The more friends, sometimes the more friends you have, the less successful you are. And I'm not talking about in every situation. If you in one of them groups where ain't none of y'all really doing nothing, and then the first person that kind of make a come up, the rest of the people crack on them for trying to come up, or if one person don't want to go to the club tonight, they're the ones that's ridiculed, they a punk, they a simp, they weak. That person is trying to make their escape from these other friends. If you got one friend in your circle that's never always down to ride, down for crime, down for this, that, and other thing. Let's not tell our husbands what we doing. Let's not tell our wives what we doing. But you have that one friend in the group that everybody call them a dirty dish rag because they all like, man, do we really gotta cheat on our wives and stuff though? I mean, it's fun. I'm with y'all, but ain't nothing wrong with some strippers, but hookers? I'ma stay at the house. Man, you a punk, man. You always talk about staying to the house, man. If you come up from up out of your wife's crack and come out here and be a man, you'll learn a thing or two. See, that's the problem with us, huh? We think we done define being a man is out here doing mischief. We done define being a man is out here acting like we ain't got no damn sense, morals, or spirituality. If you want to stay with your wife because you know staying with your wife, you ain't going to jail tonight, or staying with your wife, you ain't going to have to find no excuse why you smell like women's cool water cologne or diamonds, or you ain't got to come home with glitter all over you, even though you didn't have nothing to do with nothing. Glitter needs an excuse. Every bag of glitter sold need to come with an excuse on the back of why this is on you. Because ladies can smell glitter. They don't gotta see it. They can freaking sense the aura of glitter. They do not have to see you twinkling in the sunlight. They be like this. They'll find some glitter under your armpit while your arm is closed, and she'll come over here looking at you like this. You like, what's your problem? What you looking at? What's this? She'll lift your damn arm and pull out this one little twig of glitter like, oh, I don't know how that got in here. She'll do this. What was you doing on 5th Street last night? What? You're not amazed by she just found you out. You're amazed by how the hell she just did that. Telling you, man, they got a whole nother sense of their own. Can't pull too many things over on them, man. I'm telling you that glitter, you might have one glitter at the bottom of your shoe. She never touched your stinking ass shoes, but she will find some glitter under the bottom between the heel of the boot and that one piece where your patio feet sit. Right up in that creek, like that. She'll find that. She never touches your shoes. Hey, babe, can you grab my shoes? You better come grab these stinking ass shoes yourself. But she'll grab them and see some glitter. She'll be like this. She can't even look under the shoe. She'll pick that shoe up like a crime scene investigator. Drop it in one of those vials and spin it around like this. See if the water turned blue. She know where you been last summer. I'm telling you, man. That's the dude. Them the dudes I stay away from. Because I know I'm going to have to explain myself out of your mess. Stay away. You a punk. I'm going to be that, though. But I'm going to be married, and I ain't going to have to pay child support and alimony. I'm not gonna have to pay child support or alimony if I just stay to the house, man. But I got a feeling I'm gonna have to pay all that if I go out with you tonight. So it's ways around this system. It's ways around this game. But if we keep telling ourselves we can't do it, we ain't gonna do it. I'm just caught up in the projects. I'm caught up in these apartments. All my New Yorkers. I'm from up north, so before y'all keep saying, "Oh, what a dude from the south gonna tell us about," I'm from the north. Yo, you can get out of them apartments. You can get out of them apartments. It look dreary because you ain't never been out of them apartments. But you can get out. And I'm telling you this too. This is my word. This is my word. We better start spreading out. Did you hear what I said? We all better start spreading out. We stacked on top of each other too tight. You know what you're doing when you stacked on top of each other too tight? You putting trust in other people with your life. You're trusting the system to maintain this building in a capacity. Some of these buildings, New York, Detroit, Ohio, Chicago, been standing for 100 years. They busted, dusted, bricks missing. You can hear a brick building whine in the wind. That's the metal twisting, trying to not to fall over. You don't think I know? You know when those big storms, either snowstorm or a windstorm, come through your city, you up in a high rise, you can hear your building moaning. And it's not the wind, it's the wind pushing the building, and you can hear those 100-year-old steel beams like trying not to topple over. You can see roof shingles flying off the top from the doggone 20th floor. We two stacked on top of each other. So what that means is, if something go down, it's not just going. If you live in a house, it's going to probably take out that family, take out a couple of families, right? If you in a high-rise building, everybody in there gonna get it. If something happens, everybody in there gonna get it. Just fire start from the bottom floor, everybody in there done for. We need to start spreading out, because you can take care of yourself a little bit better if we spread out a little bit. What is the passage? I'm not even gonna touch that, because I don't even want to hear no jump. All I'm gonna say is, we need to start spreading out and coming up out of these cities and being so packed on top of each other. You know what I'm saying? We all on top of each other like this. And if this department, if this dude got roaches, you got roaches. If this dude underneath you in his apartment got bed bugs, you got bed bugs. If this dude next door to you down the hall, if he's selling dope and task force busting his door, they busting in your door. Because they think that you some kind of way is in cahoots just because you live next door. Like, because what they gonna say is, how you been living here this long, you don't know this dude is one of the biggest dope dealers in the city. Because I mind my own business. That's not a good enough excuse for the police. You gonna have to answer some questions whether you want to or not. So he done put his business over to you, and you don't even know his name. We need to spread out. For real. You know, I'm watching a trend. I'm watching a trend of different groups spreading out. You know, some of us is moving out in the Ozarks and all these other places for one reason or another. But we starting to kind of thin it out, man. So we ain't packed on. Look, if the man really wanted to take us out, he don't gotta work hard at it. All he gotta do is target one spot where everybody is piled up on top of each other. Think about it. And that's another one, T.Y. Perkins, get some fresh air. One of the other reasons we got so many different cancers and ailments and all this, we drinking. Look, in a city, a big city, you drinking doo-doo water. They cannot process water like that for that many people in such a small area. You cannot process fresh water properly in an area that big with so many people. You can't do it. So you drinking water that always tastes like it still got a hint of cheese in it for some reason. You can't. We got all these ailments because you breathing in all this stuff every day. Because we right here. Let me tell you something. I'm going to share something with you. I went out the other day. And I went out to a place. I went so far out. I didn't hear any cars. I didn't hear any airplanes. I couldn't hear anybody talking. All I heard was the birds. A train off in the distance too, if you will. But have you ever thought, I was watching Gigi and Eco Neighbor one night, and they made me think about something. I was watching Eco Neighbor and Gigi's Natural, and they made me think about something. He was talking, and you couldn't see Eco Neighbor. You couldn't see him. Then he finally cut on a light. And what they both stated was, there is no street lights out here. There are no lights on a post besides our solar light that we got on a post. If we don't cut the lights on, there is no lights. If we don't make a sound, there is no other human sounds. Think about this. When is the last time you've been in such darkness in the city, anywhere, every day? When is the last time you've been in such darkness you couldn't see your hand right here in front of your face? It's been a long time. Gigi Natural said pitch black. A wolf could be right here in front of you. You won't see it. You will smell it first before you can see it. That's right, Miss T with a T. Ain't no darkness in the city. So this is what I start thinking watching you and Eco Neighbor, Gigi Natural. I start thinking where there's no lights, you have to correlate that with there's also no other sounds. Where there's darkness, there's quiet. If you're in a place that dark, you also have that much MFing peace. No noise, no booming systems, no rattling trunks, no growling big tires of somebody's pickup truck, no loud mufflers, nothing. Just the rain coming down on your rooftop. If you don't speak, it ain't nothing being spoken. And I'm going to tell you another reason why that's so beautiful. I'm going to tell you why that's so beautiful. Because you know something, with all this noise, with all these lights, with all of this pollution, it's hard to pray. Have you ever been praying? Have you ever been praying and you got to keep starting over? keep starting over? Because let me cut my iPad off. Let me cut the TV off. Let me shut the window. Damn, what? What do you want? Cut off the dryer. Turn off the washing machine. You're trying to talk to the Father, and there's so much noise that you don't even know if he got the message. You don't even know if he heard you, because this world is so loud. Everything is so loud and noisy. You can't close your eyes tight enough, because even you can see the red blood vessels through your doggone eyelids because the lights everywhere is so bright. You cannot meditate. This world has made it so you cannot meditate to get closer to the Father. You can't get into your spirituality because it's some noise, some white noise in your ear all the time. To the point, it will even make you have to stop praying like, hey, would y'all shut up? You know what I'm saying? Lord, hold on a second, Lord. 1 second. Yeah, hold on. I'm okay, give me a second, Lord. Okay. Would y'all shut up? I am on the thing with God. I'm on the phone with your Father. But that cannot be spiritually healthy. If you live in an apartment, I know I lived in an apartment, you never get no peace. They up there trying to make another baby. They over there trying to argue about where he was last night because she found some glitter. You hearing they got about 15 badass kids in their apartment. You hearing all of this simultaneously. You can't say your prayers when you eat, when you sleep, when nothing, because you can't stop listening to them try to make a new baby. She got 5 babies. They all fighting over the one box of Cheerios. And she found glitter up under his shoe. And they about to get into it. You can't find no peace. You come out, look, the bright lights in the street, the bright lights in the traffic lights, in the parking lot lights from the apartment, them orange, weird ass orange lights gleaming through your doggone window. You can't sleep right like that. Gigi said that, man, that sucked. Hey, listen, family, we need to spread out. And the way we can do that is stop lying to you. I'm not going to keep y'all. Stop lying to yourself, telling you that this is all you got. I'm telling you from experience, you deserve more, and you can get it if you stop playing and telling yourself what you ain't and can't gonna do. You know what's funny to me? We'll quickly tell the world what they ain't gonna say to me. What you ain't gonna do is, we good at saying that. What I won't allow is, we good at saying that. I hear it, everybody say the same words that I just spoke. But what you ain't gonna do is, who you ain't gonna talk to like that. But when it come to ourselves, we don't say it. We don't say it about that to ourselves. What I'm not gonna allow myself to do is, what I will not do, we don't say it to ourselves. Or we tell the whole world what we demand. We tell this whole world what we demand. We demand respect. We demand honor. We demand loyalty. Don't we? We all do. But you don't even, how you expect somebody to give you that when you don't even give it to yourself? You deserve more. You deserve respect. You deserve all of the honor. But look, for instance, you come to my house and my feet is up on my glass coffee table, and you put your feet up on my glass coffee table, you gonna think this is just what you want. If I just make it your feet off my coffee table, you gonna look at me like, you got your feet on there. I kind of thought it was cool. So if you don't give your own self that kind of honor, your own self that respect, and stop downing yourself, telling you what you can't do, but you will tell the rest of the world what they ain't gonna do or what they ain't gonna say to you, They ain't listen. That's why they disrespect you so much. Because they see you disrespecting yourself. Period. Come up out of that situation. You can do it. You can come up out of there. Listen, I've been right where you at. And it ain't been that long ago. It ain't been that long ago. And the game ain't gonna ever be over. Jumanji, just like at the end of Jumanji, like I said, the game wasn't over. They just came out of it. What did they do with the game? They went and buried that son bitch, didn't they? They went and buried it. Somebody else gonna find this game. That's the world. The game will never stop. It's just gonna always look for new players. That's this world right here. It's a game. And it's meant here to scramble your freaking brains. If you let it. Only if you let it. Period. So that's all I really wanted to say, y'all. I appreciate everybody for being in here. I'm gonna hang out here for a while. And man, I got so much stuff going on. Y'all see I ain't putting out that many videos. And my mind is sharp. It's funny how sharp your brain get when you stop eating crap. When you stop eating garbage. I did not tell you all that food program your brains. Sharpens you up, make you start thinking like, why do I think my time is over? No, I got other stuff I want to do. I ain't meet my full goal yet. It ain't shit. It's time to kick it up a notch. So everybody, please get it. Before I go, this is my last word to you. Number one, thank you for coming here. Thank you for listening to me. I had a lot on my chest. I had a lot to say because I know a lot of people needed to hear it because I know I sure needed to hear it. So I'm going to say this. Please do me one favor. Please go get a piece of paper, a notebook, whatever, and fold it in half. Fold it in half like this, the long way. Where the lines is like this, the lines. Fold it. Write down your goals on one side, and then on the other side, write down how you can accomplish them. Like any ideas, even if they sound silly. Write down your goals on one side, and how do you think you can get there? I promise you that's the first step to getting the hell out of Dodge. I promise you. And I'm going to tell you the bonus key is you don't have to stay where you are to get to accomplish success. You don't have to stay in your city. That's what we're told for some stupid reason. The only people who want you to stay in your city, in your state, is the people that want to keep you there. Sometime to move forward, you're going to have to step out on faith and leave. You're going to have to sacrifice a few things, some friends, some family, some furniture, a house, mediocre opportunities, because sometimes we can fall into a mediocre opportunity of making mediocre money. That'll keep you in that city where you could go somewhere else and figure something else out. I said I'll never take another job for the rest of my life that's going to keep me in one place. If I have a job that's going to keep me in one place, I'll never take it. I need to be able to transfer without any causing any waves. Like post office, I can move anywhere in this country and not have and still have a job. If I got a job where your plant is here, even though I'm making $30 an hour and I can't move to South Carolina, I'm leaving. So thank you, everybody. Get that piece of paper and write down your goals and write down your solutions. I promise something gonna come from it. All right? Please. And if you have no faith, you need to work on that first, because that's everything right there. All right? I love this tent. Everybody, have a wonderful night. Lev Farmer 73. I love you. Stay safe. Stay warm. Write down your goals and write down the solutions. I love you. And I'm out. Peace.